No, they did not win last year.
2 years ago.
Yep.
All right, hey, Internet.
Hello, Internet.
I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, if you're joining us, we are the Knights of the Drunk Watch. We just watched season 9, episode 7. The Lady in White. I think that's pretty much it. We're here for a talk back, so please feel free to join us. Do contribute $1 to Patreon. We do take your considerations into perspective whenever we decide to do certain different things, videos, movies, talkbacks, things like that. If not, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. That always lets you know whenever we're doing anything as far as videos and talkbacks and things like that as well. So if you'd like to join us. My name is Travis.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Mark.
We're the Knights of the Drunk Watch.
And now our talk begins.
And I would also like to say that freaking Travis has not... Sorry, I'm trying to put a pillow underneath my bum. Travis has not even been here for most of the year, and yet he's still one of the most qualified people to fully explain everything that we are doing.
Oh, I try. It's because I secretly wish to be a TV announcer, producer, and things like that.
All right, so
talk about the episode.
Okay, so talking about the episode, we start off. Not Nurse Rita brings Brooke to
hotel rehab.
Yeah, to hotel rehab.
The drugs she OD'd her
after
she goes through train spotting.
Being faked, lethally injection executed.
Yeah, she goes through kind of like a train spotting recovery, minus the baby crawling on the wall. And then, all of a sudden, Brooke's fine. And she holds the needle pulled from her arm against Rita's eye. Or, sorry, Donna's eye.
Wasn't all of a sudden? I mean...
Well, it took a little while.
But still, but what is that? She still just has it there?
Well, that was...
Like, boop, 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 boop.
Well, she was going to stab her in the eye. Yeah, that'll mess up the vision.
I would like to say, I don't care for not Nurse Rita. I don't care for her character at all. But her hair was looking all kinds of good. I loved her hair, even though I hate her character.
Dr. Lee said he liked this episode much better than last week's.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Not Nurse Rita takes Brooke out on a afternoon at the roller rink.
See what she's been missing in the 80s?
She's been missing roller rinks.
And then they get marked by another serial killer.
Which
maybe you shouldn't have gone to a roller rink.
Yes, return of Dylan McDermott with the mustache. We don't know his character, though. Was he supposed to be the son of Bloodyface, possibly?
No, because son of Bloodyface wasn't tied up the side of the road and had his thumbs cut off.
I don't know who Bloodyface is, so...
That's from Asylum. I didn't watch it.
Season 2.
No. We did watch it, but... we got halfway through Asylum, and I said, fuck this, I'm done. I no longer wish to watch this. I eventually did watch the rest of it, but I have blocked season 2 from my mind completely, because...
Okay, well, probably not Bloodyface, but Dylan McDermott shows up, all the classic,
hitchhiker tropes.
Hitchhiker, serial killer tropes. Girls are driving along, all of a sudden he says something, puts them on edge, they get him out. Cop shows up, save the day. Obviously, cop's gonna die. Cop dies.
But they
girls speed away.
They cut off his thumb so he could no longer hitchhike.
Yes, they do that at the end. So
because even without thumbs, you still apparently can just go, "Excuse me, car, hello."
Well,
can you please pull over for me?
It looks like you're trying to give the cars the finger, and it doesn't quite say help me go that way.
Not if you have 4 fingers. You can still be like, "Hey, please help me."
Yeah, no.
You don't have to be like...
Well, Dylan McDermott's character's name was Alex. So, there's no indication that he was a real person or not. Just Alex.
True, just Alex. So, if he wasn't even given a last name, yeah, whatever. Kind of like Sam Rockwell's character in Galaxy Quest. Doesn't even have a last name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, anywho, all those go down, whatnot. You see all of the dead camp counselors gathered together. They're kind of had this little camp counselor dead meeting. Stop trying to kill everybody. Montana's kind of the ex facto leader of all the dead camp counselors. And Jingles shows up, and he's brought to them by some of the people that he even killed himself.
So as far as I can tell, though, still, people who get killed by the ghosts don't seem to become ghosts.
Or they're just not there.
Well, I mean, because we added... Who we got? We added the guys playing Mr. Jingles on the anniversary who got killed by Mr. Jingles.
Yeah, except the fatty wasn't killed by Mr. Jingles, but the friends seem to think he was.
Who killed him?
I think
No, he was pushed into the pit by the counselors when they were still alive.
Oh, that's right.
So, yeah, because they thought he was Mr. Jingles, so they pushed him into the pit.
Okay.
Oh, so hey, Trey is asking, how was Lily Rabe involved?
Okay, so Lily Rabe, she shows up as Mr. Jingles' mother. Basically, her hatred
Yes, Dr.
and
Lee.
her
roller skate montage.
she was the very first massacre at the camp in 1948 when her son died in a boating accident. And she killed all the counselors who she blamed for the death of her son.
But I would like to say, okay,
and then her other son accidentally killed her when she was trying to kill him.
Okay, but I would like to say, as a Boy Scout, as a freaking Eagle Scout that has spent time at actual summer camps,
Camp Golden Star,
I would just like to say that no one would have been trying to start a motorboat when there were kids actually like swimming right there in the immediate area.
Maybe that's why they deserve to die.
All right, fine, whatever he
poor
said.
management from the beginning, clearly.
Yeah. But actually, yeah, I'm glad Lily Rabe though did come back because I do like her as an actress and she's freaking gorgeous.
Yeah.
But I just think she is someone we could have seen earlier. Maybe we didn't need to know her entire story earlier, but it's just one of those like she is a what's the word? A regular on the American Horror Story series of cast members, and I just felt like we could have at least shown her earlier to just say that she's here, she has a story, something like that, but...
Yeah, but you don't put her as, like, some nondescript character that just pops up. I mean, she's Mr. Jingles' mother who's got this
Well, no,
past.
I mean, we didn't even need to know that she was Jingles' mother, but, just to at least show her, because this is one of the things about American Horror Story, is that it's like, well... A lot of audience members feel that it's kind of weakening because we are not seeing all of the cast members from it before and stuff. So I think like we could have been more into it to at least just see just even a single moment or a flash of her. And just be like, ooh, she's part of one of... Anyone? Yes? No?
I'm kind of going with you. Yeah, I'm not
whatever.
saying anything against it. It's just, I'm not gonna
I mean, this might have been her Jessica Lange episode.
Yeah, Dr. Lee says this episode makes more sense as the 100th.
Like this should have been the 100th episode, not the last one.
I think so too.
Yeah, no,
I think we got more from this episode than we did last week's.
For sure, and I agree with you, Dr. Lee.
But yeah, we were reviewing the ghosts because what we have is we have the 3 counselors who were killed by Margaret.
Yep.
We have.
But you don't see any of the other counselors.
Well, yeah, we don't see anybody else from that massacre. We have our new counselors, the stars of our current series.
Yep.
That were killed by either Margaret or
Mr. Jingles.
Mr. Jingles.
And we've got the 3 people, the 3 Mr. Jingles,
right?
Spectre,
whatever guys,
people, pranksters.
Yeah.
Killed by Mr. Jingles and the
now
camp counselors.
Jonas, I guess, is still wandering around in the woods somewhere,
or disappeared. Who knows?
Well, but he was a ghost, so he should be there somewhere.
Oh, okay. So, Dr. Lee says they obviously couldn't get Rabe to do more than one episode, so they had to create this backstory. I mean, that makes sense too, that this was they could only get her to come into one episode, so they had to fit her entire backstory into one episode, which, I mean, yes, I understand that, but
I feel like she could still come back in the series, like, at some point.
she
I
may
mean,
not
well,
have done,
she
but I
might
think
have.
she served her purpose in that she kind of gave a history to Mr. Jingles.
She gave a history
And-
to the camp curse.
And to the camp curse, and then she's the one who convinced Mr. Jingles to kill himself to be a ghost,
so that he could fight Ramirez.
Because if he had got killed by Ramirez,
The thing is kind of lame.
he would not come back as a ghost.
Yeah, so apparently if you're killed by anybody who's not connected with the devil, you just come back. But if you're just killed... Wait, sorry, no. If you're killed by somebody, you come back. If you're killed by somebody connected with the devil, you don't get to come back.
Well, I don't know if that... No, because he's connected to the devil. I think if you're killed... I don't know. The rules are very vague. I would have thought that Lily Ray was maybe full of shit, too. Lavinia was full of shit.
Well, yeah, see, so what Dr. Lee says, and I agree with, is that none of this, of the 1948 stuff, was even hinted
Yeah.
in the previous episodes.
Very true.
So it was...
Because, before 1970, 1948, there was already one massacre.
Yeah.
Well, true. I mean, it's kind of like, in season 1 with Murder House, you're just watching the series and you know about some of the history, and all of a sudden another episode pops up and, oh, look, there's even more history to this Murder House.
Yeah, but that's a problem, is that when you watch...
Yes, she is,
Yeah.
Becky Lee.
See, is that
Totally
when you watch the series, or, well, say series, or say season as a whole, is that, and this is one of those things with Ryan Murphy, is that you're just like, wait, what? It's like you started off a couple of episodes, and then it just goes a whole nother direction, and then you watch the most recent episodes, and you're like, wait, did you know what the fuck you were going to do in the first few episodes? Or were you really just like, did you really just call all of your actors together and say, all right, guys, we're going to film the first 3 episodes, but I'm not going to tell any of you what's happening the next because I don't really know what's happening.
I got you,
Dr.
Dusty.
Andrew.
I assumed
What?
that Lavinia was full of shit. But what I think he's talking about is not knowing about 1948 is not so much like the way we learned things about Murder House as it went, but like Camp Redwood, no one ever talked about, the murder back in the day, that was completely washed away by the time Camp Redwood would come around.
True.
And so,
it was 20 years
Did it
before
mean
Redwood.
right.
It's all right. I don't need credit for
But it's
anyone
like-
else's
but-
theory.
But I mean, the point is that Camp Redwood had this history. So when they came back, everyone was talking about Mr. Jingles from 1970, but no one was ever talking about the massacre in 1948. So I think that's what he's.
But I mean, that's like I said, it's just a typical Ryan Murphy, like American Horror Story thing. Is that I understand that he wants to do a couple of episodes of setting up one thing, and then halfway through the season to give it a twist and take it in another direction. But then it's just like the problem is that if you go back once the entire season has aired, and then you want to go back, you want to rewatch it from beginning to end, you can rewatch those first few episodes and say, but none of it is foreshadowing what happens in the later. So it's so mishmashed.
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone cut
It's
me
not
off.
Anyway,
quite,
moving on.
No, it's
Yeah.
not quite. It's not quite the caliber of some previous seasons. I think what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's just
Yes.
it's hard to really see the timeline. You can't go back and rewatch it and see how this timeline is set up. It really feels like, we wrote a few episodes and then we decided to write more episodes to bring in other actors or characters that have nothing to do.
Okay, yeah.
With
Something I want to throw in just very quick, because I don't think really much is to say about it, but then jump into something else, is Trent is totally still into Montana. I don't know what's going to happen there. I think Trent's going to join the ghosts in trying to kill Margaret. Will Trent die? Don't know. Who knows? But what I would like to talk about is the complete turnaround of Brooke's personality. Brooke is no longer the innocent girl trying to
Well, she's been in
save
prison for
herself.
like
She's been in prison
5 years.
Brooke is hardened up. Brooke is hard now, okay? She had a guy pointing a shotgun at her head and straight up was just kind of like, yes, all right, I'll fucking kill my friend. I'm going to just throw it into reverse because you're not paying attention to it. Slam on the brakes or slam on the gas, throw you into the dashboard, then throw you back, and then totally fight away. And then, oh yeah, just to cap it all off, I'm going to cut off your fingers or your thumbs, hitchhiker man. Get some. I'm off to Camp Redwood. I mean, I want to say I love Brooke's new change, but is it going to be enough to fight the ghosts of Redwood?
All right, and then what Dr. Lee says is that, so one of my biggest issues with the season was something you said last week, which I know I was saying this, is, come on, all these people are disappearing and dying at this camp, and yet people still keep going there. Unreal. And then he also says, right, Travis, that was one of my big takeaways from this one. Brooke's believable transition into a badass.
Yeah, total badass.
Well, I mean, for the one thing is people are going back to this camp because of all this crap that's going on.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not like they're going back to open up the camp yet.
I mean,
again.
but still, at
Now
the
it's
same
gonna
time,
be-
you're like, everyone that goes there never returns.
It's
So-
like every horror film. Oh, what happened to that last kid who said Bloody Mary in the, mirror? And
I do
Black
not
Mirror,
say that
every
in the
single
mirror.
time. Oh,
That
I'm
and
daring you to do it.
Candyman.
Everybody's
I would
daring
never say
themselves to do it.
Candyman
Just
in
like,
the mirror.
no, it's perfectly fine. Now, what I don't get is the nature. Oh yeah, the owls. I totally like to take photos of the owls. So I'm gonna go to this haunted camp where everybody just seems to keep dying every 20 effing years.
All right. So, any final words?
I'm looking forward to see Brooke be a badass. I'm looking forward to see Jangles go off on his fight to the death with Ramirez.
I would be down for
I
seeing Brooke and Jangles team up and take down all of these bitches.
Something that I said just a little bit earlier. I don't think Trent's going to survive. Trent's going to have to actually join the ghost squad, but I think all the ghosts are going to get back at Margaret in a big way. And I don't know what's going to happen with Ramirez. Ooh, does Ramirez, being a disciple of the devil, does he kill a ghost and the ghost dies?
I don't know.
Ooh, or something.
I think we'll find
That's
out.
where I've left it. So, Dr. Lee and I think it was Trey? I don't know who was speaking to us earlier. I forgot.
Trey.
It's mostly
Trey,
Dr. Lee,
Kim,
but
Janetta.
yes, Trey
Okay.
too.
Dr. Lee Trey, thank you for tuning in with us. Hopefully, we'll be back on.
Well, no, the next episode will be on Wednesday. So
Well, maybe Watchmen on Sunday. I don't know what we're doing now that we're all caught up.
Yeah, we don't know.
our next American Horror Story will be at least on Wednesday, if not
Hopefully,
next.
more people will be here. If not, we hope you tune in at least. We plan to be here.
Unless Mark gets his way and we never come back.
What?
Shame.
All right, so we're the Knights of Drunk Watch.
Alright.
Yes,
And now our talk
is
is
ended.
ended.
Sorry. I'm
Alrighty.
really bad
Thanks,
tonight.
guys, for joining us.
We'll see you next time.
Good night.